Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vance. Hope you all are doing well. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If this is the very first time coming across my channel, thank you for stopping by. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make this very beautiful trendy bubu gown. So if you're interested in this tutorial, let's get right into it. So in this tutorial, these are the materials I'll be using to make this beautiful gown. So this is the fabric. I'm using 4 yards. The tassel, the black, I'm using 2 yards, but I'm not going to exhaust it. So that's what I'm using for this. So guys, I'm going to set this all aside and then we'll get right into it. So I'm going ahead to fold my fabric into 4. So I'm going ahead now to rule out the starting line. First of all, you have to rule out your starting line, after which guys, I'll go ahead and take the vertical measurement. So the vertical measurement I'll be using is my client's half length, which is 17, my client's hip, which is 27, and then I'll go ahead and mark the full length of the gown, which is 60. So when I'm done guys, I'll go ahead and make these lines more visible. Like I'm going to rule out the lines. I'm sorry that at this point these lines are not clearly showing, maybe because of my chalk, but just know that I went ahead to rule out the lines. So when I'm done ruling out guys, I'm going to go ahead now and take my neck width. So for this dress, I'm using 3 inches for my neck width, and then I'll go ahead and take my across back. For my across back, I'll be using 23 inches for my across back. This all depends on what your client wants. So from that across back, I'll come down by 1 inch, and then I'll take the sleeve length, which is 12 inches. So when I'm done guys, at that 12 inches, I'm going to go ahead and repeat the across back so that I can connect it straight to the 1 inch that I came down by. So this was me connecting it straight to the 1 inch I came down by. So after this guys, I'm going to divide my client's hip by 4, and then I'll add allowance of 5 inches. I'll do the same thing at the hip line. I'll repeat what I have at the half length on my hip line. I'll mark the 15 inches in total. I'll do the same thing at this point. I'm marking the 15 inches, and I'll also do the same thing at the full length. So when I'm done guys, I'll just go ahead and use my hand to freely connect all the points together, just the way you're seeing me do. I'm connecting all the points together down to my sleeve line. So I'm covering up my sleeve just the way you see me doing. So really this is very disturbing that this line is not showing. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make these lines more visible. That's why I had to go ahead to use my ruler to kind of make it more bold. So this was all I could do at this point. So from that half length, I came down by 1 inch. This 1 inch is going to serve as my pocket. So that's where I'm going to notch for my pocket. So for the neck width, I use 3 inches. For the neck depth, I'm using 1 inch for the back. While for the front neck depth, I used 9 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my 1 inch to my 3 inches neck width, and then I'll go ahead and connect my 9 inches neck depth to my 3 inches neck width. I don't know if you get. So that was what I did. So from that 9 inches, you could see that I did not go straight to the center front of our gown. So from that part, I'm going to just go ahead and add 0.75 because there'll be a lapel around the neck. There'll be a black fabric around the neck, around that area. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and mark the 0.75 all through to the full length because I'm going to cut it out. So guys, when I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and cut out all our patterns together. But before then, I'll go ahead and do this thing, rule out our shoulder slope. So that's what I did. I rolled out our shoulder slope and I went ahead to cut this dress. So guys, watch what I'm cutting. But when I'm done cutting guys, I'm going to show you how it looks when I'm done. So this was it when I was done, guys. Are you seeing? I've cut out the neck. I've cut out every part that I need. I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. And I've also gone ahead to cut out my pocket. My pocket width, I use 8 inches. Sorry, I use 8 inches. While for the length, I used 11 inches. And I cut out 4 pieces for this pocket. So for my black fabric, I folded it already. Then I'll go ahead and mark out my 10 inches. The width of the lapel, that's for the black fabric, is 5. But I'll be cutting 2. That's why I first mark out my 10 inches. After I was done marking out my 10 inches, I'll go ahead and connect the points. Then after which, guys, I'll go ahead and now mark out the 5 inches for the width. The real width is 5 inches. I just marked out that 10 inches so that I would divide them into 2. I don't know if you understand. So when I was done marking out the 5 inches, I went ahead to connect it. After which, guys, I went ahead to cut out. So this was it when I was cutting it out, and then I cut out the 5 inches. So we now have 2. I'll go ahead at this point and I will join it like this with my sewing machine. I'll join it and I'll iron, and I'll show you how it looks when I'm done. So guys, for the dress, that's for the gown, I'm going to go ahead now and spread it open. So we'll start working on it. So when I was done spreading, I went ahead to place it right side facing each other at the shoulder side. So I'll go ahead around the shoulder and I'll sew it down by 1/2 inch. I'll do the same thing for this other part. I'll sew it also down by 1/2 inch. So when I'm done sewing, I'll show you how it looks. So this was when I was done. I've also gone ahead to iron it out. As you've seen, our clothes is coming out gradually. I've ironed it out and I've sewn it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach our pocket. So for the pocket, that notch part is where I'm going to attach it first. So I went ahead to attach my pocket at the notch. So when I attached it, I went ahead to use my pin to pin it down. I'll do the same thing for the other side. And then this is a band, sorry, the lapel band. So I'm gonna head to sew it down. So for where my client neck is going to be, I came down by 13.5 inches. So from that 13.5 inches, I divided my 5 inches width by 2, which gave me 2.5. So I'm going to go ahead and mark the 2.5 all through to the hem of the black fabric. So I went ahead after marking and then I connected all the points together. So this point, I'm going to go ahead to my sewing machine to sew it down. So this was when I was done sewing it down, guys. Are you seeing? This is where my client neck is going to be. I'm going to go ahead and iron it. So guys, I've gone ahead to attach my pockets. I've gone ahead to also iron it. The next thing I'm going to do is to attach the black lapel on the dress. So this is a black lapel, guys. I have also ironed it out. Are you seeing? I've ironed it out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach it to our gown. So before I attach, I'll fold our gown neckline into 2 like this, and I'll go ahead and notch. So this notch point now is where I'm going to attach the joining of our lapel. This black, the joining of the black to the notch of the gown. I don't know if you get the joining of our lapel. I'll join it to the notch. So this was me joining the lapel and the notch together. Then I'll go ahead and pin them. I'll pin this lapel to this dress all through. It's easier when you pin because it makes your work easier too. The lapel is not going to be shaky or it's not going to move and the rest. So I will advise that you pin down. So guys, if you found value in my video, please do well to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Please. This is how you can support me. This is how you can support my channel. So when I was done pinning, guys, you can see I went ahead to pin straight down. When I was done pinning, I'll go ahead and sew. So this was when I was done sewing. Are you seeing our dress is coming out so well? So this is our tassel, guys. I'll go ahead now and place it where I want it to be. Are you seeing? The tassel is what brought out the beauty of this gown. So I went ahead now to pin the tassel. I'm pinning it down because I'm going to go ahead and sew it down to the dress. So I went ahead to pin it so that it's going to stay put on the dress. So this was me pinning down. I'll pin down all the tassel all through. Just watch what I'm doing. So guys, I was done. Next thing I'm going to do is to tack it, and then I'll show you how it looks. I'll go ahead again and fold my sleeve, and then I'll shape, and then that'll be it. So this was it when I was done. Are you seeing? Our dress is so neat. So guys, we've come to the end of today's tutorial. Please do well to like, share, comment, subscribe to my channel, guys, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye guys.